We can
We were
take it.
just saying Mike and Kellen are in there. They got more time, but then I said they can.
Yeah. Well,
All
we went to a bar and we started playing pool, and so we were like,
who would win? What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe someday we'll find out.
All right. Well, since you guys are here, why don't we have you guys share your takeaways? Mike, Kellen, whichever one wants to go first.
Yeah, I'll go. It's I always love talking to Kellen. She's a great intuitive soul, and I started out with what I thought was a relatively simple thing that I would like to read more, you know. But it very quickly went into a great exploration of why, and came away with some great ideas about reading during the day, because I have the right to read during the day. You know, I've earned the right to read during the day. So it was fantastic. Yeah, and she used a big part of that was the bird's eye view of backing away from some of these minuscule kind of micro judgments that I was carrying around, you know. So very cool. Very, very cool.
Very cool. Did you get to experience any paraphrasing from the client or coach perspective?
Yeah, we were both using that. I can't draw on specific examples, but definitely as a means of clarification and pressing the other to think a bit differently about a statement, you know.
Right. Thanks for sharing, Mike. Glad to hear you're giving yourself permission to read. That sounded like that was a pretty powerful thing for you to say as you said it.
Sounds really odd, doesn't it?
Thanks for sharing, Mike. Kellen, what about you?
Well, it's interesting because that was the very thing that we closed my side on, was that you know, I have never been one to give myself permission to do much of anything. I just don't think in those terms. And so we were talking about exercise, and he was really great about, you know, getting me to examine that from all sides and what it means. And it was just a good, useful coaching practice. So I thought it was great.
Very cool. Glad to hear it. Thanks for sharing. All right. Eddie, what are your takeaways?
Yeah, I like this exercise. I use a paraphrase twice and clarification too, you know, and it's cool. I believe I get the way you say to us about paraphrase. I was think is most I was think paraphrases look like rephrase. Is not, you know. Not now it's clear for me.
Glad to hear it. Sarah, what about you?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I just want to say Eddie is a rock star. Like, such a great coach. Because it really helped me, the paraphrasing, whenever he used it. I've had like this big idea with lots of things and pieces to it, but it just brought a lot of clarity really fast into what I was trying to say. And I was trying to clarify like my top values of this project I'm working on. And so the paraphrasing really helped just give me a quick, yeah, yes, that is my vibe. Like, yes, that's clear, and that's what I'm trying to say. So it actually worked really well. I thought it was great. And the bird's eye view was cool. I don't know if we really used it, but I kind of imagined it like in my own mind as we were just like saying, when this is completed, what is it going to look like? And I tried using the bird's eye view from that perspective of looking down on what the project had created, and kind of went into detail of what it looked like. It was neat.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
Awesome. So I have to know, Eddie, what would be your rock star name? If you were like,
Thank you, Sarah, for rock star. Thank you. You did great.
Cool. Yeah, and it's interesting, Sarah, because it kind of goes along with what you're saying. Like, I noticed that I like moments to paraphrase are really around setting the agenda. I found for me, like I naturally, almost paraphrase what they're saying, because sometimes they say like what they want to talk about and it's a really long run-on thing, and so paraphrasing it, I just naturally did it at that time, so that they got more clarity on like what they're saying they wanted to talk about, or just clarifying for me what they're saying and what they're talking about. Make sure it's the same message that's coming across.
Yeah, it worked great.
Awesome. All right, Robin, what about you?
I think JC and I discussed clearing a little bit, and that we tend to do it in the beginning. When we first meet them, that's when we, and I've never had to set a timer, but I have acknowledged it and kind of help them, put it aside or diffuse it or whatever the case may be, whatever the situation warranted it before we went on. So I definitely tend to think that clearing is like definitely in the beginning, and paraphrasing is definitely, when you go to set the agenda. You're muted, Hannah.
Thanks. Yeah, I got baby towards the end of my time with Kanika, and he was upset. So I'm like, what I was saying when only I could hear it was I totally agree with you, and I feel like just even giving space to clear, even if they're not like outwardly seeming upset, just offering that space could be a great way to just build the relationship. Like just you acknowledging, hey, life happens. Is there anything you want to get out of the way? Or anything you want to just get out. And sometimes just having that space, people can just feel like even like they can open up more to you as the coach. JC, what do you think?
I still really like the bird's eye view. I like having like the overview, and then I think of it almost like a syllabus or like a table of contents, and then being able to zero down in onto a specific thing. And then pull it back if you need to and see how things interact.
Yeah, perspectives are powerful. So bird's eye view is just another perspective.
Yeah.
Great. And Kanika, what about you?
I think I like the clearing part. I did it a little bit with Hannah. I think clearing part really clears the client's thought before they can get to the serious stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it. I really liked Hannah's way of coaching me. She helped me through how to plan for my baby's first birthday, because I was planning a lot of things and it didn't make sense. So thank you, Hannah, for that.
That was great. Yeah. All right. Well, look at us ending right on time. So just a reminder, we don't have class next week. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of an assignment to be thinking about, okay? So along with obviously preparing for the week 21, I want you to think about maybe some coaching questions that you really like. So maybe just 1 or 2, 3 like questions that you like are your favorite go-to coaching questions. And your assignment is to think of at least one other way to ask that question. Okay? So, Robin, what are you doing? What?
Robin is playing with a Nerf gun.
I am. I'm playing with a Nerf gun. I found it underneath the desk when I dropped my ring.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody just walked by and I shot him. So there we go.
I was like this. I'm like, is Robin hiding? Like,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So besides playing with Nerf guns, which is Robin's homework, have more fun. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And so, like I was just saying, just think of some questions, and that's almost like rephrasing something, but there's so many possibilities with questions. And so I want you guys to think about your go-to questions and how you could ask them differently. And I want you to share at least one example next class. So one way that you ask a question and then the way you found that was different. Okay, so don't think too much about it. It should come pretty easily, but I just want you guys to think about that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a week off, and I look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, you too.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Holiday. Bye,
Happy
guys.
holidays.